Love beyond the sky. Chapter 11. Ariana said in a firm voice over the phone, "I urgently need something from you. Please come home quickly." From the other side, a calm but serious voice replied, "Okay, I'll come as soon as I'm free." After the call ended, Ariana took a deep breath and muttered to herself, "I'll go freshen up in the washroom." As she tried to get up from the bed, a sharp pain forced a scream from her lips. "Ah, my leg!" Hearing Ariana's scream, Kiaan, who was sitting angrily on the stairs outside the room, rushed inside and anxiously asked, "Ariana, Mum, are you okay?" Ariana groaned in pain but said, "I'm fine." Kiaan, with a stern face and raising his voice, said, "If you needed something, you could have told me. You have too much pride." Ariana frowned and looked at Kiaan, saying, "I have pride. You left with your face all pouty, and now you're acting all tough. And you're calling me proud. What's this?" Kiaan stared strictly at Ariana and said seriously, "If your drama is done, tell me. What was the need for all this?" Ariana took a deep breath, and just as she was about to reply, her eyes fell on Kiaan's palm. It was badly injured, a deep wound with dried blackened blood. She grabbed his hand and said, "Oh God, how did this happen?" Then Ariana remembered that during the attack, Kiaan had caught the sharp tip of a knife with his bare hands. Worried, she sighed deeply and, in a firm voice, said, "There's a first aid box on the table. Bring it here." Kiaan was about to say something, but Ariana interrupted. "Be quiet. I'll bandage you first. Then I'll listen to your speech." Controlling his anger, Kiaan took a deep breath, grabbed the first aid box from the table and sat next to Ariana. Ariana opened the box and gently took his hand into her soft hands. She began cleaning the wound carefully. Every time the cotton touched the injury, Kiaan's breaths grew heavier. Seeing Kiaan struggling to hold back tears, Ariana said softly, "It will hurt a little. You have to bear it." In a trembling voice, Kiaan said, "You're holding my hand. How can it hurt?" Ariana's hand paused for a moment. She didn't look up. Taking a deep breath, she said, "Stop flirting for now." She resumed bandaging very carefully this time. Her hands occasionally brushed his fingers, and Kiaan shivered slightly. Ariana said softly and emotionally, "You're crazy. Why did you have to catch the knife with your hand like that?" In pain, Kiaan whispered, "If something happened to you, I would never forgive myself. I promised your mother I'd protect you." A deep silence fell between them. Ariana's eyes welled up, but she held herself back. She looked back down at the bandage. Kiaan, who was focused on the bandage, suddenly looked at Ariana's face and just stared. Ariana looked very beautiful and cute at that moment. While Ariana was bandaging Kiaan, he was lost in her beauty. When the bandaging finished, Ariana looked at Kiaan. Kiaan shyly looked away. Ariana smiled softly and said, "There, all done. Now you'll be fine." Avoiding eye contact, Kiaan said, "Yeah, all done, thanks." He looked at his bandaged hand and sighed. "Now tell me, what was the matter? Why did you call me?" Ariana hesitated and said, "It was nothing, just like that." Kiaan said firmly, "What happened, Ariana, Mom? You can tell me anything." With a fake smile, Ariana said, "I just needed to use the washroom." "So?" Kiaan was silent for a moment, then shrugged and said, "So what's the big deal?" With that, he got up, grabbed a stool from the room, and placed it in the bathroom. Coming back, he stood near Ariana, and before she could react, he lifted her into his arms and started toward the bathroom. Ariana stammered, "Kiaan, what are you doing? Put me down." Without a word, Kiaan carried her and headed straight to the bathroom. He placed Ariana under the shower. As soon as her foot touched the floor, she winced in pain and said, "Ouch." She grabbed Kiaan for support. They were very close. Their eyes met for a moment, and both got nervous. Ariana tried to move away, but pain made her stagger, and she cried out again, "Ouch!" Trying to steady herself, she held Kiaan's hand, but he also stumbled, accidentally turning the shower on. Water poured down on both of them. Kiaan's breath caught. Ariana was completely drenched. Water droplets slid down her face, running to her neck, and her wet eyelashes and big eyes met Kiaan's gaze directly. Kiaan said softly, "Ariana, Mom, are you okay?" His voice was low but filled with depth, a mix of fear, concern, and desire. Shivering, Ariana said, I'm fine." Her voice was soft, wet, and struggling against her heartbeat. Water droplets ran down their faces. At that moment, life seemed to stand still. Their breaths synchronized, very close, very intimate. Kiaan's hands held Ariana's waist tightly. Ariana held his shoulders firmly. Ariana's eyes closed for a moment, then opened again. Only inches separated them. The water droplets made the space between them feel even hotter. Suddenly, Kiaan pulled back and quickly turned off the shower, his eyes still unsteady. "Sorry, are you okay?" he said softly. Then he regained his composure and said, "I'll send a maid. You sit down." He pointed to the stool, gently helped Ariana sit, then stepped out. Kiaan hurried down the stairs. A maid appeared in front of him, and he called out nervously, "Please go to Ariana Mom's room. She needs your help." The maid looked at Kiaan's wet body and paused, smiling slightly. She noticed how the water made his biceps and chest clearly visible. She smiled softly at his physique. Kiaan felt awkward looking at himself. With a crooked smile and teasing tone, he said, "Hey, madam, don't admire me now. If you want, I'll come myself later, but go upstairs now." The maid's smile faded, and with shaky breaths and downcast eyes, she nervously went upstairs. Kiaan looked at himself and chuckled, snapping his fingers. "Ugh, no one can escape my charm." At that moment, someone knocked on the door. Kiaan frowned in surprise. "You're here." Who could it be that suddenly came to Ariana's house? Is it Raghav? Is Raghav planning something new? To find out, stay tuned. Till then, like, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon to stay updated.